Yes, people, welcome back to another reaction. Today we are reacting to the Man United Arsenal FA Cup third round game. It finished Arsenal 1, Man United 1. The Man United wins 5-3 on penalties. It was it was an interesting game, to be honest with you. I mean, we'll start with the teams that did play. As you can see on your screen, this was the teams. David Ryan goal. Lewis Skelly, Gabriel Saliba, Timber, Odegaard, Jorginho, Moreno, Martinelli, Havertz, Jesus, Baina, Martinez, Maguire, De Ligt, Mazrao, Ugai, Mainu, Dallo, Bruno, Garnacho, and Hoyland. And obviously the players that came on, Sterling, Rice, Trossard, Partey, Tierney, Amad Diallo, Toby Collar, Joshua Zirkzee, Malacia, and Lenny Yoro. So they're the players that featured in the game. It was a game. I feel like this game was a really good classic of Man United Arsenal, especially in that second half. I think the only thing that let this game down was the referee. I thought the referee was shocking. I thought Man United definitely got unlucky a couple of times with a couple of Arsenal's decisions, especially you look at the penalty that was given. A lot of fouls where the referee's just not giving it. And Jane, you just think in these sort of games, I know there's not VAR, but the referee was shocking today. And I think he obviously missed VAR, but I feel like it had that proper cup tie of Man United Arsenal that used to be back in the day in the FA Cup. Don't forget, this is Arsenal. They have won the trophy the most times. Man United won it 13, Arsenal 14, and obviously Man United are the FA Cup holders. So this game was always going to somewhat live up to the billing, especially after Manchester United improved after last week against a Liverpool side that have been the best team in the world this season. And they improved certainly after that performance. I thought, especially in the defence, where De Ligt was brilliant today. Martinez, Lenny Yoro was good when he came on. Maguire put in a shift. Bruno is up there with man of the match today. The Man United goalkeeper, Baina, is that how you pronounce his name? Barring for the first goal where he could have been done a bit better, he was immense after that. Saved a penalty in the shootout, made some really good saves on the likes of Havertz, Declan Rice, Partey, Sterling, made some really good saves and kept Man United in it. And you kind of felt the longer it went on, especially with being down to 10 men, and we'll speak about the red card in a minute, you just felt like it was probably going to be more Manchester United's day, especially if it went to a penalty shootout. But as on the Man United red card, obviously Dallo was already on a yellow. I've watched it back. In first instance, I thought sending off. Yeah, he's off. I watched it back. Is there even contact in the clip? Like watching it back, is there even proper stonewall contact to award that is a red card? I think the only reason why it's definitely given is because he goes completely sliding in, and it's one of those challenges where you got to win the ball, because if not, you're either getting sent off or you're getting a stonewall yellow. If I'm being honest. But as for Arsenal, they were shocking today. Very lethargic, and I don't think you'll ever get a better game where they need a striker. Jesus, yeah, you've had a good couple of games, mate, but you're back to your old self. Havertz, yes, you've stepped up at times, but you're back to yourself. Martinelli, garbage. Odegaard, garbage. I mean, look at the players that they brought on. Sterling, pants. Rice had a really good two good opportunities where he should have scored. Trossard has fallen off a cliff this season for them. Thomas Partey is obviously not going to score, and same for Kieran Tierney. You look at the players, obviously, I know they've got a couple of injuries, but Ben White is not a goal scorer. They're only realistically missing is Bukayo Saka, because obviously Ethan Nowari is a kid, and Calafiori and Tomiyasu, I think they're bang average, and Tomiyasu is always injured anyway. And obviously for Man United, they've got Luke Shaw out, Rashford, Mount. I mean, and obviously Lindelof, but none of them play anyway. But like, the bench is shocking as well. Like, you're not going to get a game more for Arsenal where they need a striker because they had 5-6 shots where if that falls to any Zach and Haaland or even some of Liverpool's attacking outlets, barring Salah, like a Jota will bury two of those. Gakpo, Diaz. Arsenal don't have that, and that's why it's the difference. Why they're never going to be. They can get there, but they're never going to get there because they need a goal scorer. And I don't think they just need a goal scorer. I actually think they need a couple of more goal outputs of wingers as well. Because barring Bukayo Saka, who can you count on scoring a minimum 15 Premier League goals? Martinelli's fallen off a cliff over the past year. Havertz ain't going to do it. Jesus certainly ain't going to do it. And obviously now he's injured. Looks like he's probably going to be done for the season. Sterling ain't. Trossard has fallen off a cliff. Do you know what I mean? So, as for them, is Arsenal season done? They're at the FA Cup. They're 2-0 down in the semi-final in the Carabao. In the league, they're not doing great. Like every time Liverpool drop points, they'll drop points. Every time they drop points, we will win. So the league's going to be tough. And then obviously the Champions League, they haven't got Champions League heritage. Is this side going to, like when they come up against some of the big badass teams, Liverpool, your Bayerns, your Bayer Leverkusens, your Real Madrids, your Barcelonas, all these teams have quality attacks and goal scorers. Also, I don't have any of that. And to be honest, people praise their defense, but their defense even hasn't been great of late. It's not like they just can't score their opportunities. The defense hasn't been great. Manchester United had a couple of chances there at 10 men from Joshua Zirkzee, from Amad Diallo, where they could have had chances as well and scored. Joshua Zirkzee, by the way, he was really good when he came on. I think he's had a lot of criticism, a lot of stick, but I think he put in a really good improved cameo by holding up the ball, putting some nice passes into the box. It was being a proper big physical threat against that Arsenal side today when he came on. So that's a positive for him. My man of the match, you probably go with Baina. Man, he made some really good saves. I remember I watched him in the Carabao Cup against, I think Man United lost to Tottenham, didn't they? He was at mistake for like 2-3 goals. He was at fault for like 2-3. Really big performance, a redemption for him. And look, they improve. Don't they? They improve. And you look at the stats 26 shots and to score one goal, and it's from a defender. So they're 70% possession. Like, it just wasn't great. Like, you look at times, Man United have a shot. 2 shots in that second half. 14 in that second half. 2 shots. That's mad. And they couldn't break them down. And this is United side, like, where they've not been scintillating under Ruben Amorim, but they've improved as well. But that's from both teams now. They move on. Obviously, this is the FA Cup draw that did get taken place. The FA Cup draw has been confirmed. You've got Man United, Leicester, Leeds, Millwall, versus Dagenham, Redbridge, Brighton, Chelsea in there. You've got Exeter Forest. You got my team, Liverpool, up against Argyle. Man City got Derby or Leyton Orient. So you expect them to beat Leicester as well, but obviously, when you're in the quarterfinals and you're thinking, we could potentially win another trophy. And look for Arsenal. They've won one trophy under Mikel Arteta, so looks like they're definitely going to do another full year without a trophy because I don't think they're going to win the league. And I don't think they're going to win the Champions League, if I'm being honest. It's as simple as that. They're 6 points behind with a game in hand. They've still got to come to Anfield. And with the injuries and the way they're playing up front, they're going to get a lot of points taken off them. So, as for them, Man United 13th and 23 points. Improved at Anfield, improved today. You know, if they can go far in the FA Cup and try and revitalise, and look, they're not going to get top 4. I think they are too far behind, 13 points. Obviously, you still got the Europa League. I mean, so if they can improve in that, I think for me, the league is a write-off this season. I just don't think they're going to be able to claw it back, even for like maybe top 8 or 7. That's going to be tough. That's 10 points. Do you know what I mean? These are sides like in Bournemouth who are playing well this season, Fulham as well. So Aston Villa, like for them, I think their focus just has to be the Europa League. I don't know who they've got in the Europa League. Like, how are they doing? I mean, the 7th. So yeah, like next round, as it stands, look, they are going to be going through. Look, Lazio Bilbao been good this season, Anderlecht, Eintracht Frankfurt. But if they can get to act together, maybe sign a player or two in January, they could be a real threat. That could be a good game, Manu Rangers, that could be a good one. Then obviously they got FCSB. So yeah, I mean for Arsenal, it's difficult where you go from here because you're 2-0 down in the cup. The league is looking tight, and then the Champions League. I don't know. So yeah, that was my quick thoughts on the game. Good game, but I thought the referee ruined it a bit. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Arsenal won, Man United won. Man United win 5-3 on pens. Where does both clubs go from here?